Welcome to another video on this YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about two strategies that I've been using on the street to earn on daily basis. Most of us wants to invest in cryptocurrency. Some people want to invest in stocks and all that. But the thing is, if you don't have any money at all, you can't even invest in anything. And in the next 10 years, if people are, reaping their profit and all that, you will just be there. So in this video, I'm going to share these two strategies that I've been using. You can also use it. You and I are just the same. So you can also use it if you want and see what will happen. So let's get started. So idea number one I'll talk about is Airbnb. Now, Airbnb is just like a hotel. Most of you, everyone knows hotel. But Airbnb, the difference between Airbnb and hotel is that as for hotel, like you don't have some kind of freedom. For instance, you need some kind of privacy, but before you realize, you see receptionist coming down, you see manager here, you see cleaners here and all that. So in most cases, no, you don't have that privacy like Airbnb. And Airbnb is just like a hotel, but this time around you have more privacy. If you want cleaners, why not? The cleaners can come around. If you don't want cleaners, that's it. You can take care of everything yourself. There's no need. You don't have to see receptionists and all that. You have a total privacy. So you can take an entire house as an Airbnb, and then you have your total privacy. And Airbnb too has something like a kitchen and other facilities, but for a hotel you are limited. Most hotels don't have kitchen. So basically that's what Airbnb is about, and that's how Airbnb works. So how can you make money out from it? So if this is your first time, I'm going to take my time and explain how you can take advantage of this Airbnb and you can also earn something out from it. So there are three major ways that you can use to earn from Airbnb. Way number one is if you have a property. If you have a property, you can just list it on the Airbnb platform. So it's actually an app, okay? You download the app and list properties over there. So if you have properties on your you have your own property, you can just list it over there, and anytime people book, you make profit or you make money. All you need is to just make sure the place is neat, and then you give it a good price so that people can book. Okay, so basically that's what it is. So the way number two that you can earn from Airbnb is that maybe you don't have a property, but you want to take advantage of the Airbnb system and also earn money. So you go on the Airbnb app and you also register as a property owner. And what you do is that maybe you get a property, you go and take the property and pay for it. Maybe an empty property, you pay for it, or a finished property, you pay for it with your money. Then you now list it on the Airbnb platform. If it is finished already, you just take pictures and list it there. But if it is not finished, you have to buy bed and other things and make sure it's finished, and then you list it on the platform. But before you do it, let the owner know that you are not the one going to stay there. You want to what? You have to explain the Airbnb business to him so that he will know that people will be coming there, different faces will be coming to the apartment, so that he will be aware. So once they give you the go ahead to use it for the Airbnb business, you go ahead and do what? List it online, and you'll be getting people to book the place always. So basically that's the second way. So the third way people have also been using Airbnb is this time around you don't have money to rent the place, and you also don't have the properties yourself. So what you do is that you go to the person who has a furnished house and let him know that you can be bringing people in there, and then you can also be making some commission. What this means is that if he's renting the place at a cost of, let's say $1,000 per month, maybe you can add some $100 on it, so that becomes your profit. Or even if it is not up to $100 and you want to rent it at the same $1,000, you negotiate some commission so that the owner can give you something out of the $1,000. So basically these are the three ways that you can earn from Airbnb. I believe this strategy, or this number one strategy that I give you, is going to be very helpful. You can ask any question in the comment section. This is not a detailed video, but this is one strategy I'm using on the street. So the second strategy I'll show you is real estate agency. Real estate agency is just similar to the Airbnb. These two things match. Okay, so the Airbnb is a short let. You are using it for a short-term rentals and all that. But real estate agency, this is where we are looking at a long-term rentals or property sales and all that. So real estate agency is where you become a middleman between a property owner and someone who is looking for a place to rent for a long term, or for someone who is looking for a place to buy. So let's say a company is looking for a 5-bedroom house for their workers, and you bring that company to a property owner, and anytime the people rent the place successfully, you make a commission. That's what real estate agency is all about. So you basically becoming a middleman. So this one too, how do you get started? So to get started, the first thing you need is to first of all get a property. You approach a property owner and ask if you can bring people to come and buy the house or come and rent the place. If they give you the go ahead to do it, then you start advertising. Okay, you start doing adverts in so many forms. Like social media is the best, because if you are not using social media, it's like you are trying to compete with the big guys, and the big guys already have the connection. People will just call them that I need this place to buy, or I need this house to rent. So if you are not using social media, you are not going to make anything. But if you are using social media, even someone who has a connection with a big man already, if he sees your property online and it's nicer than that big man's own, they can call you and come and rent that particular property or buy that property. So anytime you get a nice property, you have to use social media to advert it. These strategies will be very helpful to you, especially those of us who don't have enough money to put into something. If you don't have any capital, you can't do anything. You can invest in crypto, you can invest in stocks, you can't even start any business. So if you're looking for capital, I believe this is one of the ways you can use to start, your business journey. Thanks for watching this video. I believe it has been helpful. Feel free to ask questions in the comment section. Thanks for reaching out. I'm going to see you in another video.